Today we're gonna make breadfruit flour with this breadfruit that we picked from the tree, and my dad is gonna cut the breadfruit and peel it because it's very hard to.
Alright, so we're gonna cut this breadfruit now. Breadfruit is a little difficult to cut and peel, so definitely not recommended for kids to do. You have to put a little elbow grease in it sometimes. Cut it into pieces. Smaller pieces, the easier it is to deal with. And you just cut out the center piece right here. And as you can see, this breadfruit is yellow, so this is a yellow breadfruit. And I find it easier just to cut it underneath like that. There we have it. Nice and neat. So we're gonna cut up the rest of this breadfruit here, and then we're gonna use the mandoline slicer to slice it nice and thin so that we could do the breadfruit flour. Some of this we're gonna use, this half of the breadfruit, I'm going to use to make some breadfruit chips. So we finished slicing the breadfruit. So all of this I throw into my little container here that have all my kitchen scraps. As you can see, banana, grapefruit skin, all of that. I just dump that inside there and I close it up. And that is going to go towards my compost pile. Now, with respect to the breadfruit and slicing it, we're going to use something called a mandoline slicer. A mandoline slicer is extremely sharp, and this is definitely not recommended for kids to use, okay? So all we do, put it over the plate, rest our breadfruit there, and we move down. So you set it to whatever thinness you want. And you cut it. So you see we get these nice little thin slices. This is what we want. As you can see, it's extremely thin. This is what we want for the dehydrator. Now, because I'm gonna do some breadfruit chips, I'm gonna cut it a little thicker.
So after my dad finished peeling the breadfruit into these thin slices, as you can see here, I'm gonna put it onto the dehydrator so it can dehydrate when we put it. It's just about.
Need another tray.
Now that we finished laying it out, we're gonna put the cover on. And then you're gonna set the time, temperature first, 125 degrees Fahrenheit. And change the time to 4 hours. Then click start.
Okay, that's it. And if you don't have a dehydrator, you could do this in your oven at low heat for about 4 to 6 hours. Keep checking it.
All right, so while this breadfruit is dehydrating, I'm going to satisfy my craving, and I'm going to fry myself some breadfruit chips. Now, most people use salt, but I tend to enjoy garlic salt a little bit more than just a regular salt. So I tend to season mine a little bit before. You can throw it on after if you want to. That's optional. My oil is already hot. So I'm just going to rest these right inside here. And I'm just going to fry them until they get nice and brown and crispy. Alright, so if you take a little look inside this pot now, these breadfruit have turned a nice golden brown color, which means that they are ready to be taken out. We take them out, put it in a little bowl here with some hand towel to drain off some of that oil, and let that cool a bit, and then we'll be ready to eat. Alright, so whilst that one is frying, this is already cooled a little bit. Nice crunchy flavor. And the garlic salt fried into that. And this really hit the spot. And I know these older Caribbean people would really, really appreciate a good breadfruit chip.
So it took 2.5 hours instead of 4 to dry all the breadfruit here. And to make the flour, we have a Vitamix. So what we do is that we put these dried breadfruit chips either hard, Let me just put some of them in, little by little, and then blending up everything, and this is what it would look like when it's finished. And then what I do is when I'm finished, I store it inside a mason jar to use for whenever I want to make something else with it.
So what are you going to use it for this week?
I don't know, whatever I feel like making.
Possibly pancakes and waffles. Look out for a video on pancakes or waffles.